In my corporate career, I remember feeling like I was on this long, slow march up a never ending ramp. It was this slight incline with no end in sight, and you were walking up this ramp with droves of other people. And it felt like you were kind of going somewhere, but you really weren't. Looking back, I have language for this. It was the incremental career. Not much radical change, just slow and steady up that ramp into the never ending abyss. It was this race with salary, just trying to grow it year over year, 3, 5, maybe 10%. And at best, you could keep up with inflation. But in reality, you certainly couldn't keep up with your dreams that way. You were giving up all your time in trading out joy, impact, and freedom to keep pace with inflation, to keep your salary going up that ramp incrementally. That incremental career path started to grate at me. And when I started to see other models out there, ways that you could get off this ramp entirely and create profound levels of freedom, that's what I call the exponential career. It's an entirely different ballgame. And trust me, you can start pursuing this right where you are. Let's dive into it.
Growing up, society taught you to follow the script by choosing a career path and climbing the ladder. But for many people, this promise falls flat. Work suffocates them and life becomes painful. Here, you're trapped in what I call the corporate cage. Fortunately, there's a way out. You can take control of your corporate job and unlock a life of freedom. I call this living uncaged. Hi, this is your host, Matt Doan. I'm a coach, creator, and entrepreneur. Uncaging people is my mission because it's been my exact life journey. This show provides you the stories, principles, and tactics to make it happen. Welcome to Uncage Yourself.
Let's say you've been climbing the ladder rung by rung. Years or decades have zipped by at this point, and yet you're still climbing, fighting, and striving for more. But it still feels like you're in the same place, barely going up that little ramp. And even with those great salary bumps you might be getting year over year, you can't keep pace with inflation, let alone your dreams. This, my friend, is the incremental career, a state of pure corporate dependence. We can't have this anymore. We've got to break free of it because it's causing a lot of pain inside of you. It's not getting you towards your dreams in the least. So we have to be more creative. It's time to hyper jump to the exponential. This is the same transformation I made over several years, as well as what my clients are going through right now. So let me break it down so you understand incremental versus exponential. In the incremental career, you are purely trading time for money. X amount of time for Y amount of money. You can calculate it. You can see how it will grow in a small percentage year over year. You feel like you're sprinting on this hamster wheel, not really going anywhere. And honestly, you are one bad review from being axed by your company. That loyalty factor actually doesn't mean much at all. In contrast, when we look at the exponential career, this is when you start a business under your own name. You build once and you sell infinitely. You find points of leverage and you invest to buy back your time. We get out of that pure time for money game that's felt so constraining and hurting our freedom. Incrementally, you chase promotions and token raises. Exponentially, you channel talents for quantum value. Incrementally, you're capped and trapped, just another cog in the system. But exponentially, you're in control and unleashed. Imagine this exponential scenario. You've minimized your time and effort at the corporate job, turning it into an efficient tool, a short-term asset to fund your new business venture while keeping your family safe and not disrupting your lifestyle. You're doing it smartly. At the same time, you've identified your greatest strengths and interests, and you've packaged them into this compelling offer to serve people that you want to serve in this world. Hey, do you have an impressive career on paper, but inside you feel trapped? Is this situation hurting your home life? If so, I'd like to show you exactly how to leverage your corporate career to build entrepreneurial freedom. Head on over to uncagedworkshop.com. There you'll find a short video training for how to create a new work-life chapter that rapidly boosts your freedom, income, and impact, all in service of a life that'll make your future self and your family proud. So head on over to uncagedworkshop.com. All right, back to the show. You've built an engaged audience of people you feel compelled to serve, and you've created a leveraged service, a business model that allows you to efficiently deliver high income, high impact work for clients you care about. And it's like putting 1 unit of effort in and getting 5 units in return. That's the leverage service, where we do a little bit to get a lot. And those people that you're serving get a ton of value. This opens up a whole new world of possibility. Thinking about time freedom to be present with your family and pursue your interests, financial abundance to afford your dream home and vacations, a sense of purpose where you're making a real difference in people's lives, the flexibility to work when and where you want, even while traveling the world, no more dreading Mondays or just living for the weekends. Everything just feels like play to you. That's the aim of the exponential career. By no means am I saying this is easy, but it is simple to build. It's what I've built for myself. It's what I learned from my mentors. It's what I'm transferring in knowledge over to my clients so that they are building the same thing, graduating from their corporate lives, building a leveraged service that creates exponential gains in their career. In that state, the corporate hamster wheel, it's gone. You've broken free of the rat race. Instead, your days are spent doing work you love with people you care about. And frankly, you get paid very well for it. This is the dream, my friend. This is the exponential career path. And it's available to you once you take that first bold step to say, no more incremental. I'm choosing the exponential. I'm going to design for this. I'm going to take my job. I'm going to put it on autopilot, just turn it into a short-term asset to fuel my next stage. And then I'm going to design a business using my greatest strengths in a leveraged way where I can get a lot of return on the little effort I put forward, and I can scale that. I can grow it. It doesn't destroy me. It doesn't take all my time and effort. That's what you're designing. Again, I won't lie, it's not an overnight switch to get to this state, but it is a concentrated and simple transition. You can think about bringing it to life in multiple ways. It could be coaching, consulting, a small agency, keeping it tight, small, using automation, tools, code to make it easier on you. There's so many things to unpack there. That's what I do with all my clients. But you've got to have this design in mind that I can create an exponential career where work feels like play. It doesn't take all my time. I get huge returns on the calculated high impact bets that I do make. I'm making a massive difference for the people that I'm serving in this world. In turn, I get paid handsomely and everyone wins, and that can scale. A lot of work goes into designing it, and we've got to do it smartly to protect your income, protect your family. But you've really got a choice in front of you right now. Do you stay on this incremental path, just slowly going up that ramp, accepting what's given to you, 3% raises, falling behind inflation, never coming close to your dreams? Or will you choose the exponential career where you select freedom and fulfillment as your aim? My friend, if you're feeling me right now, the time for incremental is over. Exponential begins today. And the way I jumpstart that with all my clients is through a breakthrough call. Now, you can book that at matthewdoan.com/talk. And in that call, we'll cover 3 things. Number 1 is your current work situation to identify what's working, what's not working, and why. Secondly, we'll look at what you do want for your career and life. And thirdly, we'll talk about the exact game plan to get you there. This is the starting point for moving from incremental to exponential. I go through this with all of my clients. This is where you get the clarity on what's possible for you. So book that at matthewdoan.com/talk. So step back and just dream for a minute. What could your exponential career look like if you stepped off that incremental path, that very crowded ramp with everybody else that you know is not going to create the situation you want? It's going to get you nowhere close to your dreams. It's just going to leave you exhausted for decades, full of regret. Knowing that this exponential path was available, will you choose it? I sure hope you do. Reach out to me if you need some help. We'll chat soon.
Hey, Matt here. Thanks for listening to Uncage Yourself. For show notes and more content like this, head over to uncageyourself.fm. And if you liked what you heard, I'd appreciate you leaving a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Until next time, be well, my friend.